What's up, buddies? Vman1313, and welcome to today's video where I kind of show you my power update, my power system, what I use for power. And I did make a video before showing you this Jackery, and a lot of people misunderstood a little bit. You know, people don't really watch the whole things, I guess. But why did you buy this if you bought that? I'm going to show you what that is in a second. I've had this for a long time, and this Jackery 500 has been wonderful, has done so many things. I'm not sponsored, they didn't give it to me. I paid my own money for this thing, and I really have liked it. I've actually gone through 2 Bluettis and sent them both back as broken, not working. And so, not to get into that, that's just maybe my bad luck, but whatever. I haven't had good luck with that. This Jackery 500 has been running, yeah, it's been great. It's still working, it's great. And so my problem with the Jackery 500, at first it was doing fine. I could run my fridge off of it. I could run, you know, charge up cameras and this and that. But, you know, as you get out here, you start adding more things and more things, like lights for your interior, like, what else have I added? Oh, like an electric blanket, things like that. And all of a sudden that 500 is no longer enough. So many people misunderstand the 500 watts. So on this one, it's a little bit harder to understand, not as confusing, I guess, in my opinion, because you got 500 watts that if you plug in just like any plug from a wall socket, if you plug it in, it's gonna, you know, you got 500 watts that you can run it. Now, you only have 500 watt hours to run it. So if you only got 500 watts coming, if you got 500 watts coming out of here and you only have 500 watt hours, you can only run that item for 1 hour. 500 watts at 500 watt hours. If the item's running at 250 watts, then you do the math, 500 divided by 250, it'll run for 2 hours, because the AC is not as efficient. You're going to lose a little bit of power there while it's transferring from battery to this to that, you know. So it's going to be that kind of thing. That's why mostly you want to try to stay with this DC power, whether it's a cigarette plug, USBs and things like that. That's more efficient. It runs better. That's why my lights are USB. You don't want to be plugging in lamps and things like that, like from the house. You can if you got enough power, if they last you for the night, but just trying to show you. So if you had 1,000 and Jackery 1,000 is 1,000 watt hours, you can run, you know, a 500 watt item for 2 hours and so forth. And so the problem wasn't my 500 watts. There is nothing I run out here at camp that needs more than 500 watts. I've not even gotten close. But the 500 watt hours, how long it lasts me, is what I've had issues with. Once I started adding things like a heater, like the electric blanket and the diesel heater and things like that, I started to realize that just wasn't enough. What could I do? Well, I could spend, you know, $1,000. At the time they were going basically $1 per watt hour. So I could go spend another $1,000 and get another Jackery and have 1,500 watt hours. 1,000 for that one, 500 for that. 2,000, a Jackery 2,000 or 1,500, you know, I could go up to that, $1,500 for a 15. What I ended up doing after research is buying this battery for less than $400. This is a 12 volt, 200 amp hour, 2,560 watt hours. So let's go with 2,500 watt hours. 2,500 watt hours. This is 500 watt hours. So this is basically 5 Jackery 500s. Now obviously it doesn't have the AC plug, it doesn't have certain things built into it like this does. Everything's not so perfect, but yeah, this is 5. So now I have 6 of them, 1 and 5. That's how much power I have to run. And so yeah, I don't run out of power anymore. For $400, less than this thing. Obviously, again, it doesn't have all the inverters and all that stuff, but I was able to get what I needed. I bought it with USB and with the intent that I would just run a cigarette plug like this straight off with it, and that's what I did at first. But then I bought this Power Queen battery monitor. I really highly recommend that one. That one's done me really good considering the price of it, and that tells me pretty much very close of how much power I have in there, how many amp hours I have. Again, this is a 200 amp hour. It's at 199 amp hours right now. It's still at 100%. Screen here will tell me what's happening, how many volts I got, which that doesn't matter with a lithium battery, how long I have running. As you can see right now, I'm running 1.36 amps. There's 18 watts going out, and that's basically this little thing, and I'm going to show you that. It's actually just charging my phone and the GoPro there. And so what I did was I ran tons of fuses everywhere. That's just me, I'm weird like that, so you're going to see way more fuses than it needs. But I run an SAE cord with a fuse here to a splitter, and then one of these splitters goes to my refrigerator, and one goes to this. And so truthfully, I don't even need the Jackery. As you can see, it's off right now, and I'm able to turn things on and off. That's my house lights. I can turn on and off. Oh, that was what was running so much. Yeah, now it's down to 10 watts, 0.7 amps. I was wondering. But yeah, I have the house lights on here, and I can turn the other ones on. There's some over the kitchen, and I can turn that off, or I can turn off the USB sockets. I can turn everything off, and then there's nothing, 0 amps, 0 watts running out of this battery. And so I realized that was my best thing for me. I was running real quick. I just, in case you run into this problem, I was running the fridge off of this last one here, and realized that for some reason this gives out dirty power or something. I don't know what was going on, but my fridge kept giving me a error message until I plugged it straight into an SAE. Obviously it has a fuse on it, but another SAE plug that goes to the back, and now I have no problems with the fridge. Everything's running great. And that's that. So I do have 12 volt up here, cigarette type plug, and I have these two USB plugs that I can go here. I have a splitter that I can put here if I need more things plugged in, but for the most part, 2 things at a time I can run. The Garmin was dying on me. And so yeah, it's always that way. And now I lost my train of thought because the camera was dying on me. But yeah, so in the other video I was trying to charge that and realized I just need this. And so it's temporary, but it's not, it's working. I don't know why to mess with it really, but I am going to pull it out so you can see what I have on it and something else that I bought to make this even better. All right, so I pulled it out, as you can see, so you could see better what's going on. Here's the SAE cord that's going to the battery. I unplugged the fridge off of there, and so here's what I got. So there's the Power Queen battery monitor. Here's my battery, 12 volt, 200 amp hour. Like I said, 2,560 watt hour, give or take. I just go with 2,500, and that's what I give it. And then what I have here is the shunt. That shunt is what goes to this. That helps you figure out your battery and power going in and out and all that stuff. Here's the socket that I now can run off of there, so I don't need anything else. I have a 12 volt there, cigarette lighter type thing. I also have the one inside that you saw. And then on top of here, this came later. And I wasn't going to go with it, but this has been pretty much, I'm not going to call it a game changer, but boy, it sure does a lot. It sure does a lot. So this has these cables. This is in, and I can plug in the car while I'm driving and charge using a safe battery, DC to DC battery charger. And I can plug that in, and from the car I can charge up the battery, or I can plug in a solar panel, and again, DC to DC without any, just plug it in and done. And that takes care of it. It takes care of not overcharging. It takes care of a lot of things that the battery has a BMS built in, but this takes a lot of it. It does a lot of good things. And so, and then the other one is the out that goes into there. So that's the setup there. Now, I get asked, why not a dual system? Why not a dual battery system? Wouldn't that be better? Wouldn't that be easier? All right, let's check it out why I don't do that. see, I line it up where you can actually plug it in to there. But here we go. I'm not putting it all nice because it's going back in the other car in just a second, but here we go. Can't do that with the dual battery system. In less than 5 minutes I can just unplug one plug, bring it over here, scooch it in. It takes a little finessing, but it goes in. And then I can bring the Jackery if I want to, put it here. Then I have things you have to be careful of is the lining up. That's why this has this little extension type thing. Let's see, positives at the bottom. See how they're the same. So now I have to take this little extension off, and as you can see now, it's lining up. And so yeah, now I have my power here, and just like in the other one, and I can run all the things that I want, charge what I want. I have my Jackery up here. I can do all the things that I want, and yeah, you know, dual battery power sure would be nice, but I also can take this out and put it in my girlfriend's Subaru in her Crosstrek. We put it in there when we go to the beach. We plug in a fridge to it, and then it's 3 cars that it's in, and I can use it anywhere I want. Yeah, and just like that, you know, I can put it back. And so yeah, I can make this a lot cleaner, make it look a lot better, and this and that, but it works for me. I'll leave you at this. So just another friendly reminder of it. You have to look at 2 different things: how much watts you can get out of your unit at one shot, how many watts you can get out of your unit for how long, watt hours, how long your power watts. That's how much at one shot. So all right, hope this helped. If you have any questions, just ask, and I'll do my best to answer what I can, or if I don't, I'll send you where I think you can find it. I've researched so much that I have different places that I look at to find my answers. You know, I don't know everything. I'm learning just like everybody else, and so one step at a time. Big things and things to remember is definitely the watt hours, and 200 amp hour or 2560 watt amp hour is way different than how much energy you can get out of it at one shot. Make sure you put a lot of fuses around just to keep it safe, that way you don't die and catch your car on fire. So hope you enjoyed, hope this was helpful. Talk to you soon. Vman1313 out.